YOLO, and welcome to my Q1 report for 2026. The first 3 months have already come and gone, so I figured I'd give you guys an update on how it's looking for the goals that I set for myself earlier in the year, and to help hold myself accountable. Now, I figure it's best to give everyone a reminder since my goals were set 3 months ago. So I have a clip here from my letter to myself video that will remind us of what my goals actually are for 2026. And now I name the year 2026 the Great Lock-In. Through the grace and massive amounts of patience of God, we have conquered many challenges, and are finally, better late than never, becoming the man that we want to be. Here's where you come in. Your goals for 2026 are as follows. 1. Have a total of 300 videos on the YouTube channel by the end of the year. 2. Lose 90 pounds and keep it off. 3. Be more consistent with reading the Bible, at least 3 times a week, preferably more. 4. Get completely out of debt and stay out of debt. These are your goals for the new year. And I figure we should probably get the worst one out of the way. Like Mark Twain had once said, if you have to eat a frog, eat it early in the day. And if you have to eat 2, eat the bigger one first. Meaning, whatever is your most uncomfortable thing, knock that out as quickly as possible. I have lost 5 pounds in 3 months, which is horribly abysmal. Now, did I lose weight? Yes. But is the amount of weight I lost almost negligible? Also, yes. So I'm definitely going to be locking in Q2, focusing on my health, diet, and exercise to try and lose weight because that is the area that I've been lacking in the most. Now that that's out of the way, we can look at something a little bit more pleasant, and that is my video uploads. I've been fairly consistent with uploading 2 to 3 times a week, which has resulted in a total of about 46 videos that have been uploaded in Q1 of this year. My goal is to have 300 videos done by the end of the year, and I'm sitting at about 168 or 169 right now. Now on to our next goal, reading the Bible 3 times a week. I am happy to say we have made progress, but we aren't quite at 3 times a week yet. The videos I've been making about reading the Bible and breaking it down, or the other videos like how to get into heaven or baptism, have really forced me to lock in and read my Bible more often. That way I can actually make these videos on them. So that is a huge benefit and boon, is making videos on it, helping me to get locked in. Because normally after a long day of work, I really just want to lay down and rest. I just want to be lazy. And lazy is definitely not productive or helpful in any way, shape, or form towards my goals. But already planning on making videos and then incorporating the Bible into them has helped me get my numbers up to about 2 times a week. So not quite 3 times a week, but we're getting there. Now my last goal, which is to get out of debt and to stay out of debt. Well, the IRS really didn't like that goal, and they hit me with taxes that I had to pay them. Now, all my money is tied up in investments, and I'm not going to sell my investments to pay my taxes. That's like selling the barn to buy a cow. It doesn't make any sense. So I put those federal income taxes on my credit card.
You what?
The interest rates on that are insane. The credit card was just shy of 30%. And putting my federal taxes on my credit card made my credit score drop a ridiculous amount. I think it was like a 30 or 40 point drop. So I had to start building my credit back up so I could then apply for a debt consolidation loan. I got a debt consolidation loan through SoFi. Super great. Highly recommend it. Not sponsored by them in any way, shape, or form. But if they ever did want to sponsor me, I think that would be kind of snazzy. But I got 40 grand from them, which covers an old personal loan, which was in the 20-something% interest rate, covers my federal taxes off of my credit card, and then also puts a little bit aside in the checking account for when the state taxes are due. Because state taxes, you either have to have them deduct it from your personal checking account, or you send them a check to pay for it, because state taxes are old, archaic, outdated, and dumb that way. But my new interest rate on my loan is 13%. I think it's like 13.05%. But basically less than half of the interest I was paying before. On top of that, the minimum payment is only around $930, whereas all my minimum payments before were to $3,000 in total. So, massive progress. And the way I figure it, if I can just put $1,000 every week towards this loan, paying it off aggressively, then I should have it paid off by January, which will achieve the goal of getting debt-free by the end of this year. Now, I know I made a video on this very recently, but I'll go ahead and reiterate it here since I'm, giving a Q1 report in total, which is my investments. Last year, I liquidated my stock portfolio of 5 years, put it all into one cryptocurrency, XRP. Not financial advice. I do not recommend anyone else do that. It had shot up to around $3-something per token, and at that point I was a little over $250,000 net worth. But since then it's dropped down to around 130, so I've lost over 100 or 125,000, whatever it may be. Total sucker punch to the gut. So, investments not exactly doing so fly for this guy. But what I can say I'm happy about is I've hit a new total number of tokens. See, my goal with investing in XRP is to hit a total of 100,000 tokens. And within the past month, I hit 75,006 tokens in total. So we're 3/4 of the way to our total token number goal. But that'll basically wrap it up for my Q1 report for 2026. Let me know in the comments below what your goals for 2026 were and how much progress you've made. Have you made some progress, no progress, or were you like me? You excelled in some areas and then kind of floundered in others and need to re-lock in, taking this Q1 checkpoint as a chance to review where you're at, what's going right, what's going wrong, and make some necessary course corrections. And also let me know if I'm just the dumbest person in the world for putting my federal taxes on my credit card. I feel like that's maybe not the smartest idea, but at the same time, I didn't have any liquid capital available to deploy for taxes. I hate the IRS. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the flip side.